Hi, Ophiuchus Rising. Thank you so much for being here. I am Divine Femme Care at 144. Very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for those who have their rising sign in the zodiac sign of Ophiuchus. Unlimited to anyone who should find this message or should this message find you. For your reading, I will be doing a 3-card spread of Love, Money, and You. And then we'll get a major arcana. And then we'll get a card from the End of the World as We Know It deck. Everything's been pre-shuffled or attempted to be. As I went to shuffle this deck, when I separated the deck to bring them together to shuffle, these two cards wanted to be at the bottom of each of those, and this being in my left hand, this being in my right hand. So take what resonates with what you actually see here. We have the Lover's card and then the King of Swords. The first thing that I got is that someone does not like your union. The channel message that I got for your reading will also confirm this too. So we have You're My Angel. And I do get that being pertinent to this message here. And so then you have this this King of Swords person here where I don't get a good energy from this person. I got big mad, a very grumpy person, a very unhappy person. And they have this sword here that they're holding. But as I'm looking at that, like I'm getting like that sword is just completely full of lies. Is what was coming through. And so as that was coming through, I also noticed, which I've never noticed before, and I don't know, I don't know, um, their crown, or not their crown, well, it could be their crown too, but their throne is crooked. I see an imbalance, so this could be a Six of Pentacles person who could be a breadcrumber, unfair, ungiving, unruly. The throne that they're sitting on, it looks like it's about, well, first of all, I mean, I'm not going to say that. I don't want to even talk about this person, but the throne looks crooked. Yeah. This will be air energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And the king, the word king is on their garment here, so they wear this king title. But given the energy, that's not going to be representation of a true king or the King of Sword energy, where typically King of Sword would be like a loving individual who's very smart, knowledgeable, full of wisdom, integrity. As they hold that sword to deliver nothing but the truth, and they're not crooked about anything. So I just get that, given that this particular card wanted to present itself with the beautiful energy of the Lover's card of vulnerability, being like I just get integrity, and then with the love energy and the word love even being here, that just kind of speaking to the happiness that you see with the sun, the protection from the angels, the ordainment that comes through connected to a couple here, and how this can actually show what a third party situation means, where it's not about cheating. Third parties don't always have to be about cheating, but third parties can also be about someone who is jealous, envious, big mad about possibly not being a part of this lover's connection, maybe having a chance or wanting to be a part of something like this and not being, and then just attacking individuals who are in this energy because they're not in that energy. We're going to turn this up. That's my jam. So then the Lover's card is a Gemini card. I do feel it's a play on the Gemini energy to show the light of a beautiful Gemini energy and then the dark of a Gemini energy. Then you have the tree of knowledge and the tree of wisdom, represented by the divine masculine and divine feminine that I get here also too. The color pink will be Libra energy. The red wings, there's red, there's gold, and then like a fuchsia energy that could be significant also too. And then I do see two hands coming together and joining. Like it could even be like this King of Swords wanting to take that sword and keep these hands from coming together. But they're in a whole separate card. They're probably in their own world here. A different realm I also get with this person who again is very imbalanced. So the Libra energy wanting to come through, that could be significant too. The Lovers is a card of 6. 6th house energy of Virgo is coming through. And then I do see a new start that's been manifested. A new contract that has loyalty, commitment, the integrity coming from the 5. Hierophant energy, and then the 1 energy of a magician, and that being manifestation. As above, so is below. Happiness, as above, so is below. As within, so is without. So this wanting to be a significant message here for you. 641 I just seen on the time clock here. I'm going to leave this here, and then we'll go ahead and get your 3 cards here, but take that message as it may resonate for you. Those of you in this Lovers connection may already know about this King of Swords. This just coming about where this could be more illumination of the truth of someone who has tried to keep you and your person apart, but you're always together here, especially being in this card here, which I think is super pretty. And then butterflies of transformation are going to be here for this person, where this may be part of their assignment, and it being crooked because they haven't been following their assignment. They've been too busy over here. Okay. I'm going to do this here. For Ophiuchus rising. That next song is going to come in so loud. Okay. For Ophiuchus rising. I like this one too. Okay. Let's get your first card here for Ophiuchus rising. 9 of Swords. Could be this King of Swords with the sword representation, with that huge sword that they were holding and that crookedness. The whole bunch of lies that were coming through, this person being in a 9 of Swords. And so that representation that they hold was whatever was in that King of Swords. This is what they're hiding. Okay, let's get the first card here for your Ophiuchus risings for love. A Knight of Wands. Oh my gosh. Okay, 9 of Oh my god, excuse me. Alright, so I get this being that King of Sword who doesn't talk. They don't speak a whole lot. They just do and they overreact. And I get this being the action of this here. The Knight of Wands reverse. In the love section, and maybe that's why the message wanted to come through with the lovers, because that's actually what you do have, and it not being about this person. They're not happy. And this is also about a third party situation that's over. Probably because they're being seen, more of their truth is being seen, and their behavior is being seen. I just get this being a reactive response. That's it. I hate that this is coming through for your reading. Let's see if we can get you another card. Ophiuchus rising. Ophiuchus rising. And that my camera like went crooked all of a sudden. That was weird. Ophiuchus rising. It's still, oh my gosh. 11:11. I just saw Make a Wish. Ophiuchus rising. Oh goodness. Emperor reversed. Like it's that King of Sword. They're not happy. So these cards wanted to turn up. They were going to be the cards that got my attention. We're going to see what those cards are. But I feel that all these cards here are going to, oh my God, be about this person here. A very stubborn, it's going to be the King of Sword. And this is coming through as a very stubborn person who doesn't give. It's false representation of the actual Emperor themselves. They have lurking eyes here, and they know what's going on. They see what's going on. This could be about denial. The Nile just ain't just a river in Egypt, honey. I almost messed that up. Let's see what this is. So this will be the denial energy, not being able to deny the truth. I'm going to scoot these just so we can still see that there. This will be the cards that we grab here. Okay, so we have Two of Swords reverse. That's more air energy. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. Some kind of misfortune that's taken place. It could be related to the illumination of this person's truth. Misfortune connected to their sabotage. Five of Swords here, doing what it takes to win at all costs. Queen of Cups being after this being the Divine Feminine energy that was a part of the Lovers. Here's the Temperance card, having great patience. This is a very loving energy. Having great patience. Divine timing will also be a part of this, but this is also Twin Flame energy, and then it's going to be resemblant of the angel that was in the Lovers card. Here's the the breadcrumbing energy and the scale energy. This is also known as my God's Plan card. False prophet who exploits for money. Pretends to be someone that they're not in order to gain. None of that ever really works out either. And it looks like that's what's happening here for this reading. Then we have the Ten of Swords reverse. I just get this being about a situation that's completely over. Ace of Wands reverse. This will be the lack of a spark, something that is over. Maybe reiterated that it's over. And I do see this also being about something being over and then an offer going towards a new cycle or something new. Someone not passing up an opportunity. And I do believe it's going to be the Divine Masculine who's in the card in the Lovers with the Queen of Cups. Where we see that here with the Six of Cups here. The Six energy will show that aligning with the six sets, a part of the Lovers card. In the Giving, we have the energy of the Empress. So when there's love given, this helps the divine feminine, the Queen of Cups here, to grow and flourish, being one who births something new, a great creator. Venus energy being very strong, coming into one's power, helping others to empower, and being highly magnetic and a superstar. The King of Swords wanting to come back with a very significantly slow and stubborn offer that they weren't wanting to give before, but now wanting to give it because someone else has already given to the Empress, and they see that the Empress, the Queen of Cups, has blown up and shown up, and wanting to be a part even though they passed up the opportunity by being a very hurtful individual of a breadcrumber. They were connected, almost like they thought the grass was greener. So this will be the not greener grass, and whoever it is that they associated themselves with, which is going to be someone who's impractical, not very grounded, not very good with money, codependent. It's a reverse Empress energy that I'm getting here. Given that it's next to this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I do get strong Scorpio energy for both of these individuals. And I don't get it being about a hurt individual, given that we have the Empress here and the Knight of Pentacles here in reverse, wanting to return and give this offer to the true Empress. Right. Left out in the cold. Five of Pentacles. Because it's lonely and it's cold and it's not as warm. Not being around this Empress who's been given to and provided for already by the divine masculine, who didn't miss out on the opportunity to be a part. So this is a result of what happens when this happens towards divine feminine. And now this Knight of Pentacles, who's also got this attachment. I get this being an attachment of a person here, being the codependent energy that's coming through, very materialistic also too. I'm getting the Queen of Pentacles reversed with this, actually. But being left out in the cold. Being low on resources, finances, it being a hot mess right here, and that being a part of why this Five of Pentacles is here. Queen of Swords. So this will speak to the counterpart energy, to that King of Swords, and removing themselves from a situation because it wasn't fulfilling. And so making this known, speaking truth, standing one's ground, using knowledge, intellect, wisdom, everything that the King of Swords was due to represent and not doing so is coming through, connected to the Queen of Swords, but in a delicate and wonderful divine feminine way, however that may mean for you. Air energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius will be here. So I also get a sense of representation of the true sword and what true integrity looks like and honor. But then also using this sword to cut off what does not serve. I do get a great sense of purity with all of the white, and this being in comparison to the King of Swords message that wanted to come through. Then you see these trees over here. I get these trees being a part of that one side of the King of Swords that caused some imbalance. The other side being the lack that they decided to choose upon. And then the Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups / Empress energy, moving away from what does not serve them. Welcoming in someone who's also getting away from what does not serve them. And then two people not moving away from each other also too is what I get here, seeing the Six of Swords. So I do see this being the Six of Cup energy, the divine masculine and the Six of Cup energy. May have children and heading towards beautiful waters here. Coming together with these swords here, there's going to be Seven of Swords. So that's going to be maneuver tactics, doing what one needs to do. And this will be the sixth energy of that representation. I get this reversal here being about the Scorpio energy from within the divine masculine that the divine feminine is with in the Lover's card, where divine masculine was in a situation themselves that may have caused a tower moment or a topple over of some sort here and caused some kind of discord, in need of healing and moving towards this. And that being a part of the Seven of Swords. So not necessarily being sneaky, but keeping to each other, minding your business, and making things happen. Oh, here's that tower. And so then the tower will be over. This is the moving back towards love here. I get that being the lover's energy. And why this reversal is here will speak to why you have this tower here. So moving back towards safety is also what I get. Being smart about one's decisions, learning from one's past decisions, and deciding to make the right decisions. The Tower card is a card of 16, comes together to create a 7. So that 7 will relay the message of what came through here with the 7 of Swords, but it could even be that the Divine Masculine was stolen from. Found out that they both were stolen from, and we do have that here from the Queen of Cups and the Sabotage here. We even have it here with the 2 of Swords and the 5 of Swords connected to the Emperor reversed. And there could be some connect with this Divine Masculine and this King of Swords / Emperor reverse that's coming through, and why this is in reverse here too. Take what resonates. So, but there's going to be 2 people here. There's a masculine and a feminine. So that first story wanting to come through, connected to children, getting children to safety, to a safe haven, and away from an imbalanced feminine energy. So just as the reverse emperor here was dealing with an imbalanced divine feminine, they made that choice to stay in that with that 5 of Pentacles. This divine masculine made the choice to not stay in that, and that being the 4 of Cups reversed and not passing up on an opportunity. And here's the one created coming from that 6, that upright 6 that I picked up with the 5 energy and the new contract energy, connected to the 1 of the Magician and manifesting. Beautiful energy, manifesting new contract, new levels, new cycles, new energy with new people on new levels, bringing in what they wish to see. And this is also, I get not only the as above, so as below, but bringing in love, going towards truth, going towards integrity, honor and loyalty and commitment. And that being the 1 that was connected to that 5 to create the overall 6 that then goes back to the lovers. So what I'm going to do, I'm feeling the energy strongly for this here. So we'll just leave all this here. And that being your love. Okay, and then let's see what these 2 cards are here. Okay, so the interference wanting to come through. This card has come through as someone who was juggling, getting involved, creating bad karmas for themselves by interfering and wanting to stop someone's wishes. But that's not happening. At the bottom of the deck, Judgment reverse. So poor judgment being made. And it coming from the actual energy of all those cards that wanted to display themselves, connected to the initial card that came through of the Emperor reverse, who's also going to be that King of Swords. And then this message actually came through with all these cards here, where that Emperor made a decision. They chose down rather than chose up, and then someone actually came through and chose up. Let's get your money card. We'll throw these back in here. Money card for Ophiuchus rising. Money card for Ophiuchus rising. Eight of Cups. Walking away from anything unemotionally fulfilling. Excuse me. It is the Mercury aura here, so I did my best to make sure my Mercury was on point, but it's coming out of retrograde. I'm not blaming. I'm just saying the collective energy has a little bit of that going on right now. So if I tend to jumble my words or whatever, and I am Mercury ruled, so But what I see here, again, is going to be walking away from anything emotionally unfulfilling. I do get this being connected to a contract that displayed disloyalty when it came to an empress. And that'll be a part of this energy here. So I do get love and money being connected. Twin flames, soul flames, soulmate energy. It's going to be the spiritual and the physical working together and intermingling with one another. Yin and yang energy, divine masculine, divine feminine energy. So this is going to be Scorpio energy. I do see Scorpio with the red and then with the green energy, and this being about the balance. So finding balance and moving away from an imbalanced Scorpio energy where there was breadcrumbing. And I do see that here in these little hills here too. That'll speak to the trees that were on each side of the King of Swords. That King of Swords being the air energy with the crooked throne not being really present. And this will kind of show, I feel this is kind of showing the disbursement of the love or lack of water energy. And I just get that King of Swords being more concerned about themselves. I do see the Knight of Cups being here. So then I'm also seeing, I see two people moving away. I don't get this. I'm not going to say that either. Because I picked that up for the divine feminine energy. But it's the same thing here. You both moving away from what does not serve. Because I get a little bit of each of you here. With divine feminine being here. And moving towards love. And then being given an offer of love coming from this Knight of Cups. But I also see like it's interchangeable, which I think is pretty dope. So divine feminine in this behavior, and then being in the mood, going towards love, offering of love, is what I get. I don't get this being about a Knight of Cups and dealing with a Knight of Cups who is in and out and flighty. And not quite, like I feel like in doing so, that's going to, it's going to keep from that movement forward. So what I'm also seeing too as I say that is the overall Nine of Cups here with the Eight of Cups and then this cup of love offer here that's being held here. So then what I was going to say, divine feminine moving towards someone who's offering love, that being the ninth cup. But this also being the divine masculine energy, why do I keep wanting to say that? Not passing up. Maybe this divine masculine wants it to be known here too that there was no true intention to take anything. And that being part of some understanding here that's happening as a part of the sword energy and communication. But the divine masculine also being here, moving towards their cup of love, ninth cup of wish fulfillment, and it coming from the divine feminine. Then the white horse energy, knight in shining armor is coming through. Purity, that'll speak to what came through connected to the Queen of Swords. And then I don't get this being about a barrier needing to cross water. I get this being about the kindness and the care that's coming from this overall love energy, and why it's being moved towards and away from lack of empty cups. This horse is going to drink water. This is care. So taking care, like if there's, it's an overall sense of kindness and care. But then it's also too, if you have any kind of pets, they're very well taken care of. This is also speaking to a person who takes care of who it is, takes care of themselves, but takes care of who it is that they love and what it is that they love. And they're giving an offer. Damn. Shit. All right, so then all the cups here. Again, we have Nine of Cups, so this will be wish fulfillment that's here in the money. So with love being here in the money, that will speak to the message that I got about the soulmates, the significance of that, and the twin flames and the soul flames, and the importance of the physical and the spiritual, divine feminine, divine masculine, and why that's here in the money section. You're receiving love in an area connected to fluidity when it comes to finances and resources. So this being very well taken care of here, and then love being very well taken care of here, where I just get beautiful sense of communication here. That being very important here. And the flow, the wish fulfillment, and the money also being very significant here too, which is super dope. Let's see what's at the bottom. You have death reverse. And so what I get here, I don't get this being about not wanting to see transformation. I get it being this energy of the divine masculine who has gone through a transformation. And in going through that transformation, it's the same energy of return and wanting to return back to the love that not passing up an opportunity is also what I get here. And this will speak to the Scorpio energy of this person, this being a card of Scorpio. This is also going to be Ophiuchus here too. So this will be strong representation of a mirroring energy I get for a lot of you. But this could also be you, so take what resonates. And then this will be an energy of 13 in the reverse as an overall 4. It's about moving away from instability and moving towards the calm waters. And that's what I see here. And the calm waters are going to be a lot of you being also too strong Ophiuchus in Scorpio. Like I get the reversal energy also being Ophiuchus energy too. So I see that here with the divine feminine and the ancestors, the children. Here's the divine feminine here in the white. And then the white representation is here in the rose. It's also here in the horse. You have that horse right here. So I get, again, this being about the understanding of communication and someone, you both knowing each other and relating with each other and being able to communicate in a way that's non-conventional. And that's why I'm picking this up here too. And it not being about this person who may want to try to create that emperor reversed, and then whoever it is that this divine masculine here is moved away from, where they may be Scorpio energy too, but getting away from bad Scorpio energy and knowing the discernment. So that'll be High Priestess and Hierophant energy, having discernment. That'll also apply to the Gemini energy that I got too, and the good Gemini and the bad Gemini energy. So that good Scorpio, bad Scorpio energy, also it's discernment. And knowing that it's not all generalized as, one sign. Like there's one side of the scale here, one side of the scale here. And so that could be lesson that's coming from that overall big mad energy from the King of Swords, the reversal and Emperor energy, and learning lesson connected to the breadcrumbing, the imbalance, transmuting that energy and it just playing out in a beautiful golden way, but also in a very healthy way, still displaying the reversals, but in a good way, in good message. And this being understood by the divine feminine, where it's recognized by divine masculine, and then this coming together and drawing. This is magnetizing. You can see that here. Magnetizing. As above, so is below. As within, so is without. So what's meant to be is coming together because of the inner work that's been done by divine masculine, divine feminine, and then this transformative energy will speak to this for the divine masculine. Transformation will speak here to the Queen of Swords, being counterpart to that lower vibration of a King of Swords who came through and was seen as also to the reverse Emperor. So then there may have been some confusion too, I'm also getting in the past, and having that discernment being very important, where I get that Emperor reverse playing on that, and that being a part of that King of Sword manipulation energy also too. But it all being crystal clear here now, because the Queen of Swords is in their power with their own sword, being able to discern and welcome in who it is that they want, and it being this divine masculine here. Having both love and money significantly here, so this is super pretty. I like how this Nine of Cups came through in your money section in this way here too, to speak to this and to also give justice and light to the Knight of Cups, where the Knight of Cups Like, knights in general are defending the element that they represent. So I get the importance of that being here too, and it not always being about in and out behavior or being flighty when it comes to love. This is a true, genuine, significant love offer of kindness and care and wish fulfillment. Transformation being very beautiful here. And I do get, as a result of the transformation, oh, you have the Eight of Wands reversed on the bottom, but I get it being about this communication going back. This also being divine feminine energy in Scorpio mode and being completely fiery and passionate and communicate. It's the communication that's shared, the understanding of the reversals here. All right, let's get your U card. Rebirth energy, the mirroring energy will also be a part of this energy connected to the Empress that just goes back to the Queen energy. So the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. U card for Ophiuchus rising. U card for Ophiuchus rising. I do get also too, I just got this divine masculine definitely moving away from what has not served them. The 4 created from the 13, and then the 6 here, speaking to that instability and imbalance. Unfair treatment I also get that they may have gotten being a good dad and just being treated like shit, is what I'm picking up. But they're a great parent. But I do get that 10 of endings, and that 10 of sword that was coming from the divine feminine story being very mirroring where I'm getting it could be a 10 of wand connected to the divine masculine here, and you both overcoming and as going apart, being a part of those 10 energies, the 10 of sword and the 10 of wand. That'll speak to the 8 of cups here, walking away from what does not serve. U card for Ophiuchus rising. Alright, so here's that 5. And I get that being about getting over sorrow and regret. Going through the transformation of change. Moving towards what is fulfilling. Moving towards one's angel. So I see that here with the 5 of Cups reverse. And then I feel a part of the sorrow here. Just seeing this 3 of Wands reverse was about because there wasn't a transformative process, there was some blocking. And this will be the poor judgment. And then everything being seen. Page of Swords. So the action of this movement here in love and money being seen and being watched. This whole story being seen. That's what I get here. This could even be, like I'm getting, it could even be the immature energy of the King of Swords. And that's speaking to what it is that they're hiding. And given that there's nothing around them to hide anymore, this person being seen for their truth, that King of Swords. And then the birds up here could be significant, connected to this person. See the length of this sword here and it not being as big. And then what I was also going to take note of here too are the trees, the set of trees that were on each side of the King of Swords. Notice how these have disappeared. They're gone. It's water. So even if there was a soulmate connect with that King of Swords from the Queen of Swords, this is about sovereignty and free will. And this Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, and Empress energy. Not staying in anything that's not serving them. Neither one of you, Queen, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, who have decided to come together here, are putting up with that. So I see You taking your trees, divine feminine, you taking your trees with you. And look at all these clouds. I get the clouds being significant as far as abundance, and a lot of that being taken away. That'll be the Five of Pentacles that I'm seeing surrounding this King of Sword energy who's coming through as the Page of Sword. But those trees are here, and they're no longer here. And so this could be a lesson here too about the water here for reflection for this King of Sword now that these trees are gone. And notice how much of the water is here. This is a cascading energy of overflowing energy connected to the cup that creates the Nine of Cups of wish fulfillment. And then divine masculine here who's not passing up the opportunity, moving towards those trees. Look at this. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is so pretty. So pretty. We'll go ahead and leave this here because this will be about this being over and a new contract starting. For this divine masculine. So turning, I get with this message and it being about getting over regrets, focusing on the Three of Cups, turning towards the Two of Cups, and going towards your angel. The Chariot reverse. And what I get here, this is a 7 in reverse. I get the poor judgment being about a reversal high priestess. So that could be the false prophet energy. This is going to be stagnancy energy connected to the choices in the poor judgment. Where I get divine masculine here. This will speak to their choices here. Not listening to their intuition, this being a false contract, or just a karmic cycle that needed to be completed. And the Chariot here, this will be about sitting still. Like there's no movement here in this Chariot card. The Sphinxes are planted. It's almost like little statues here. Like being planted and firmly planted. Possibly believing that one was in a connection with someone where it was on elevated level. And notice here, I feel like it's about seeing what's actually in front of them. Like actions speak louder than words. Because here's that stream where the horse is getting water. But what I was going to take note of here are the two homes that are here. This is all earth plane. But if you look, like all of this, it's like it's in, like it was planted, like setup, like a setup. So with this reversal, this no longer being a setup. This setup was designed to block, to present a facade, because this Chariot is covered in stars. Like I'm just seeing this was meant to be, a representation of something superiorly galactic. And it's coming through like, someone just bought like a box from the toy store and came home, took all the pieces out and built it up like it was supposed to be something that it's not. And so it's like here, it's set up like this. It's almost like Chucky. Like I get like a toy box or a doll box or something that's just coming off as complete fake. That was built and put together to look like something and it not being that. Even like a stage or something. False prophet energy will come through strongly. Hierophant and high priestess energy are here, but this is reversed. So I get this being a no. And then the Chariot energy in this card, as I said before, like there's no wheels or anything on this. It's planted. So that also being a noted message of truth. And then also with this being about no movement in the upright, with this being in reverse, I do get this being about movement. And movement towards the Two of Cups. Movement towards wish fulfillment. Movement towards knowledge and truth and integrity and the knowing and the understanding. And then that's speaking to this energy of this movement here coming from this divine masculine here, who's also here in reverse here too. And this being not only Scorpio energy, but significant Ophiuchus energy. Bing, bang, boom. Love, money, you. I get lots of movement with this chariot, this particular chariot in reverse that's not planted with this reverse. In the upright, being planted, uprooted is also what I'm getting with this reversal. And then that'll speak to the movement here and then the movement here. And you have it evident here with the horse and then with the boat. And the planted, the unplanted chariot. That's pretty cool. Let's get your major arcana, because I got shit to do. This reading, oh my god, is off the charts. This took a little while. Ophiuchus rising. And that could be significant too. Like, everything happens for a reason. So the jumbling of the words, and like someone has something to say, but they may not know how to say it, and just are kind of like falling all over themselves. Like, I get that being the divine masculine, possibly, when it comes to moving towards this divine feminine and just being a little pretentious, nervous, maybe, but knowing where to go. And the Queen of Swords, Empress energy, Queen of Cups leading the way and showing the way. And that's been coming through for some of the readings lately too. Ophiuchus rising. Notice where these fell too. So this is resistance. This will be the denial. But with the illumination, it can't be denied. High Priestess reverse. It may have been like a redundant cycle. Like, as soon as this divine masculine wanted to leave, or even the divine feminine wanted to leave, the past toxic cycle energies would be like, no, and then just do things in different ways. So this being a part of the Seven of Swords and having to be tactical, methodical, and maneuver and communication of some sorts in order to come together. That's so pretty. So having to be smarter than the average bear. The Lovers. Not listening to one's intuition when it comes to this. Now seeing the light of day and moving towards it. And it's almost like one of these things is not like the others here too. So this being the recognition of the truth, the true High Priestess. This is going to be the true High Priestess and the true Hierophant right here in the Lovers card. And then the Dolphins will speak to the Twin Flame energy. Those are symbols for Twin Flames. This water is full of fire, love. Just as the Empress, and this is, I just get this being about reward for the Empress, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups, being lifted up and being celebrated. And you're holding hands. Look at those hands being held in this Lover's card. So progressing through this reading, coming to a greater understanding of truth when it comes to love and money. Getting past regrets, old cycles, old focuses, old everythings, and moving towards new. And this being the beautiful energy of, oh my gosh, of love. You both being very strong. But I get this being reward for the Divine Feminine. And how it is that they've guided and helped to, help to be a source of light, and someone not taking that for granted. Someone seeing the opportunity and not taking it for granted. Where the Emperor reverse / King of Swords / Page of Swords took it for granted. And then whoever this is also took something for granted here too. The feminine energy connected to the divine masculine that's being moved away from. Let's get your final card. For Ophiuchus rising, you're my angel. The Temperance Angel, I'm getting the red hair. The Temperance Angel also has red hair too. So that could be significant too. Those dolphins being very significant. I would say look into that as far as the spirit animal. I love the Spartan energy. That Knight energy will speak to the Knight of Cups here. And that representation here. And then the red that wanted to come through initially here will speak to the red hair. The red being significant as far as recognition, I also get as well. Ophiuchus rising. Oops. Alright. So we have, and you have beautiful balance energy here with the Libra energy. So that red energy is Aries energy, I get, that being the one energy, and then a true Emperor energy, and this will be the upright energy connected to that, with the Emperor card being a card of Aries, the polarity energy for Libra being Aries. So I get this being the Venus energy, but then also the Mars energy connected to Aries and that polarity. So Venus and Mars coming together, and this speaking to you and your person's connection here. Being at the bottom of the deck. Here we have first quarter, and the new moon was reversed, but I get this being about the past energies, and it actually is about instinct. So with this reverse, it'll be that high priestess energy. With the upright energy, first quarter energy, this will be the new moon phase, is before the first quarter. So I just get this again being about something being over, learning from this and not listening to instinct, and then moving forward towards this first quarter energy, but in the upright. So then the words for first quarter will be extension, courage, and balance. And we have that here with Libra. And those scales were wanting to be mentioned. So learning the lessons from imbalance, from breadcrumbing, from being mistreated, when things have been unfair, and then being strong representation of that with this Queen of Swords here in the Libra energy. Just want to take note of that too. And then even here with the swords here and the divine masculine energy coming through there. So keywords will be organize, confront, motivate, assert, materialize, form, empower, beautiful, and pursue. And that's what's happening. So this being strong energy, I feel, as a force for the divine feminine, who in turn is magnetizing, birthing, and creating something new, being that Empress energy. And it all, making the magic happen here. That's beautiful. Beautiful, darling. Let's see what's at the bottom. I didn't see what was at the bottom of the deck. The Hanging Man. And here's the red and the green. And so I feel that this is going to be about that message of not receiving. And now being in that mode, walking away, being empowered to walk away, choosing one's free will, knowing that you don't have to deal with bullshit and people treating you like shit, or there being a major imbalance when it comes to both love and money, because cups are here in the money. And that did want to come through as message. And it's applying for both divine masculine and divine feminine, who are now coming through as two people in the Lover's card coming together and creating and making magic happen. Ophiuchus Risings, this was your beautiful reading. I hope that these messages were helpful, enlightening, empowering, and enriching here for you. I thank you all so much for your continued love and support. Welcome to all new subscribers, and until we meet again, I wish you all the very best. Take great care. I love you. Peace.